Hello, everyone. My name is Frank Ferrandez, and I would like to tell you a little story that happened to me in 2000. In 2000, I was diagnosed with hydrocephalus. For you people who don't know what that is, it's called water in the brain. And it's supposed to be about that big, but because the canal leading down my back, leading to my spine, it somehow collapsed and it pinched, and my brain kept putting out the spinal fluid, and it kept growing and growing and growing until it was grapefruit size in my head. I went to the hospital. I had 9 surgeries. I was in a coma for 5 days, and I had 9 shunts installed that failed. Now, the story I would like to explain to you is what it's like, my experience of what it's like to be dying. Okay? My brain scan during my coma was, when you're awake, the graph does this. When you're sleeping, the graph does this. My brain scan was nearly flatline. Okay, now this leads me into my near-death experience. I was in a dark room. That's what I'm going to call it, because that's what I think I saw. Now, if you close your eyes really tight and look, you'll see speckles of lights and starbursts and things of that nature. Well, the deeper I went into what I considered was a dark room, the speckles of light got darker and darker, and they went away, and it was like a really chocolatey black, like looking at the top of chocolate pudding. Now, I felt good. I mean, I was in no pain. I was in no suffering. And the deeper I went into this room, the better it got. Now, I have 4 daughters, and at that time, I had thought about my daughters, and I remember saying, they're going to be okay. I'll see them again soon. And I continued on this journey into this dark room. Well, my father, who died at 92 and was very aged looking, he popped up just as I'm sitting here talking to you, and we had a long conversation. He said to me in his last words to me before I turned around, he said to me, "Sonny," and my name is Frank, but he always called me Sonny. He said, "Sonny, turn around and go back. This is not your time." So I went, "Yes, Dad," and I remember making an about face, and I went back. And as I went back, the speckles of light came back, and I remember waking up with an air tube sticking in my mouth because I had a DNR, and my sister was holding my hand. And I remember waking up and saying, "I just got done talking to Daddy." My sister looked at me like I had 2 heads, like just the drugs. But this is as real can be to me. This is my personal experience of out-of-body near-death experience. What I would like to say to all of the people with the 13 dead at Kabul airport, all right, I mourn for your family's death and everyone that's killed. But the one thing that makes me comfortable, all right, now that they have passed on to the next world, is what my experience was. And I know that they are in a better place. and that they are saying, Mom, Dad, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, I'll see you again. It'll be okay, and I will see you again. Because when I was on that side, there was absolutely no worries, no grief, no upsets. It was just beautiful. It was pleasant. It was the greatest feeling I could ever feel. Now, this is my personal experience that happened to me. I know there's going to be the naysayers and the people who do not believe and people who turn around and say, oh, well, he was on drugs. You know what I mean? He was hallucinating. I'm sorry to tell you, this was not an hallucination. This was as conscious as I'm sitting here talking to you right now. So, in closing, what I would really like you to understand is that although your family members, service people, civilians may have been killed over there, I want you to take some sort of comfort in knowing that they're on the other side where I was, and I didn't go all the way, otherwise I wouldn't be here, but they did, all right? I don't know what's beyond my father, all right? I never will know until my day comes, all right? But I just want you to feel comforted by my words and my story to let you know that there is a beautiful life, being, awakening, consciousness on the other side, and you will see them again. You will see all of them again, as they say in the religious. You're going to see them again and rejoice. You'll be so happy when you do see them. I'll see my mom, my dad, my whatever family members I haven't seen. Okay, so please, I mourn their deaths, but I take total comfort, and I envy them to where they are now because they are not suffering. And that's about all I have to say. That's my experience. Believe me or not, that's up to you. Thank you for listening. I hope this gets across to all the family members who had loved ones killed in war, in this conflict with Afghanistan. All right. And that's all I have to say. So thank you very much for listening. I'm going to sign off now. Goodbye, and they're all in my prayers.